Welcome back to my channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing something really fun. We're doing what does your secret admirer admire about you? And so before we begin, let me quickly thank you guys for your interest in my productivity book. I was pleasantly surprised with your interest. I wrote it with every intention to actually help you finally be productive. And so this here, as you can see, is one of the latest feedback that I got a permission to share from Emmy from Hawaii. Hi, Emmy. She says, "Hi, Reem. I did not procrastinate on reading your handbook. I just finished it and loved how straight to the point you are. I do feel I can easily apply these steps to be more productive today and in the long run. I've had such a hard time dealing with distractions and tackling my big monsters ever since smartphones and social media became such a huge part of our daily lives. I'll make sure to remind myself regularly that little by little, a little becomes a lot." Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you for your guidance and help. So guys, if you're interested in this, you'll find my email down in the description box. I can send you the prices and everything and send it straight to your email right away. All right, so now let's get ready for the reading and get our 4 piles. They're nearly ready. So we have Nemesis for pile number 1. We have the Raven for pile number 2. We have Crone for pile number 3. And we have Sword for pile number 4. Take a look at which of these 4 piles you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. As usual, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, trust your intuition, and there's probably more for you to know about either that secret admirer or maybe perhaps another one. You'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen Nemesis. And boy, do I want to tell you right away that your secret admirer loves that you're very unique. You definitely come off as someone who's very confident and not afraid to go against the grain. You're a sort of a person who is a natural trendsetter. You make misfit look really cool, and you're either really loved by people, admired, and you have this awe-striking reaction that people have when they see you, or people just don't like you at all, don't like how different you are, or maybe they secretly admire you, if they were to be honest, but they just don't want to admit it because it shows that they don't have the courage to do what you're doing and to live the authentic self that you are. You're very naturally connected to spirituality, pile number 1. You live your authentic self, and your authenticity inspires the people around you to have the bravery to be authentic as well, especially those who admire you. And your words, the words that you speak, they trigger people's spiritual awareness in a way that actually changes their lives. So this person that admires you can really see this uniqueness about you. They truly admire it, and they know that you're either really loved or not liked, and they love that about you, because to them, the people that do not like you just don't, they aren't up to par to what they believe is amazing or interesting in the first place. This person that admires you is watching you from afar, is not really showing you 100% that they like you, because they don't want you to not be interested in them. They want to try to impress you, and so they're watching you from afar and trying to find a way to reach out to you and show you that they're pretty interesting and unique as well. They don't want to come off as a fan, but they genuinely really like you. They think you're absolutely hot. That's exactly what I heard here. They think you're attractive, and they think you have this ethereal attractiveness to you that is almost impossible to not be attracted and magnetized towards. Pile number one. Wow, what a secret admirer do you have, pile number one. Your secret admirer almost feels like you come from another world and stepped into the world they're usually used to. They don't know where you came from. They have a lot of questions that they would like to ask you. It's just like you're at the moment very mysterious to them. You look so open and welcoming, yet you seem very mysterious at the same time. And they have a lot of questions, and I feel here that they're not able to figure you out. They don't know how to get this information. They look into your social media, they ask people about you perhaps, and they have a lot of question marks that they're dying to ask you, but then they would look like a creep if they ask you these questions from their point of view. So at the moment they're trying to figure out how to put together the questions, or how to find out more about you, because you definitely seem intriguing to this person. I see a lot of questions, a lot of mystery, a lot of I would love to get to know you, please tell me more about you, kind of energy with this person, pile number one. Okay, so you have the Eight of Swords here, and with the Eight of Swords, pile number one, I see that this person, the person who admires you, kind of feels at the moment that they're not, unfortunately, up to par for you to like them. They question themselves a lot when they think about you. They question how you're going to see them. Are you going to think that they're not as impressive as you are, or maybe they haven't reached a level in life where you have reached, perhaps? They're worried that you might not think they're as interesting or eloquent or maybe intellectual as you are, maybe not even attractive with the mirror here. They really think you're a very attractive person who a lot of people would definitely like. It's just like the apple here. It reminds me of, what's the word? Temptation. So I see that this person really thinks a lot of people will be attracted to you. But temptation here and the apple didn't just come up haphazardly. With temptation here, another worry that I see with this person is that maybe you are their temptation. Maybe they're not supposed to be with you for one reason or the other. Maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe they're in a relationship, or maybe for one reason or the other, maybe you work together, maybe for religious reasons, whatever it is. There is one reason kind of hindering this person from approaching you, and they kind of feel like you're a temptation. That could be one direction. Another direction is that you might be so tempting that they're afraid to lose their self-worth by trying to attract you or trying to chase after you. And so they're tempted to let go of their pride, but at the same time, they're really worried that you might end up, for one reason or the other, not being interested in them or looking down on them from their point of view, of course. And so they're stuck here trying to think of what's the right thing to do or how to approach you, pile number one. Such a sweet admirer here. Your admirer really likes you, pile number one. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands here. And that straight away lets me know that your admirer thinks you're a very smart person. In fact, you have the third eye here with the Nemesis card. another third eye depiction here. And so your admirer really thinks that you always have a unique perspective to how you see life, or how things should work in the world in general. And so if, like we said from the very beginning, you are the sort of person who likes to go against the grain, so they're very interested in what your perspectives are and different things in life, even regular day-to-day things. What's your perspective about relationships and healthy relationships? What's your perspective about friends, or addressing the different cultural understandings that your society has? And so they believe that you will always have this unique perspective that just sounds right to them, sounds like a brilliant idea. They believe that you can definitely be a leader in the department of leading life towards the right direction in order to live a healthier life. And that stems from your strong spiritual connection. Like we talked in the beginning, you have this authenticity and strongly spiritually gifted somehow. And they believe that by watching you, you're a great example to people on how to do things properly, how to do things in a healthy way, how to abandon what society thinks is the right way to do things, and instead do what you believe bravely should be done. And that just harbors a lot of admiration towards you that they see other people have for you, especially the people that rave about you like they do. And they believe that there's so much to learn from you, pile number one, that they would like to have deep conversations with you. They just like to have walks and talk to you. They feel like you're going to be a great friend if they were lucky to get closer to you, pile number one. They feel like you're the sort of person who they can talk to on the phone for hours. At least that's what they like. I'm not sure if you would want to do that, but if you like deeper connections with people on the phone, then you will probably enjoy this connection with this person, pile number one. They feel like there's a lot of talking going on when they fantasize about you. They dream about talking to you and being your friend and sharing things with you and listening to your perspective in general about things in life. So that's quite a deep admirer that you have here, pile number one. I'm really starting to like this person. Okay, so pile number one. This person believes that you have created your own spiritual, what's the word? Spiritual mark or stamp that is very different from what people in your society follow, because it has a lot of sense of freedom to it. You feel like you have found the balance to being responsible, committed, being a good person, being wise, but at the same time just full of freedom. And they admire how you are able to live this free life, yet sensible and responsible life. So they see you as a very responsible person, yet your responsibilities do not tie you down. You're not stuck. You're a person who's able to get out of tricky situations that tie you down. You would not hear you, pile number one, as the sort of person who says, oh, I'm stuck. This is what my life is. There's nothing I can do about it. This is what life was written for me. This is how life was written and fate has decided for me. This is what life is all about. You would never hear you say these sort of things. And so they admire how you, amidst all the responsibilities and the things that you do, feel like a very free person. You feel like a person who can all of a sudden say, you know what, this is all not working for me, and I'm gonna change this and you would spring back up and write a plan and think freely about how you can change things completely in your life and recreate your life from the beginning into something amazing. And that just all struck them, because this admirer has actually somehow seen you do that in action, and you're just you're just teaching them from afar about what it really means to be a free person. Is a free person somebody who has no responsibility, who just leaves everything drop and starts again with naivety, is what I'm trying to look for? Or is a free person a person who understands at the root what life is all about, knows how to be committed to the right things and to the right way of thinking, so that from this commitment stems a foundation that enables you to be completely free? So this person is just really flabbergasted, pile number one, about how you see life spiritually, from an understanding viewpoint. And they understand that being with you is being with someone who's completely different and out of place. To them, to be quite frank with you, to them, they see you as one of your kind in the world. And it seems like you have a real admirer here. I mean, we were just joking in the very beginning, but you seem like pile number one, you have someone who truly admires you, truly sees you for who you are, and even though finds you very attractive. I mean, with the fire here, I told you, they find you very hot. That's the truth. They find you with the mushrooms here as someone they can spend their life with at the same time. They see you from the inside, just as they see you from the outside. Pile number one. And it was 1707, just as I said that. Okay. Oh, okay. Now that makes a lot of sense. On top of all that, pile number one, they see you. We're extending your uniqueness here, because that's the main highlight of what they love about you. And what they love and admire about you, pile number one, is that you seem to be a person who's unique in even the way they do business or in their career. They see you as growing something quite unique. I feel it very strongly for most of you. But for some of you, they see that you do, or you tackle things, either your tasks or your business or your work in general, your company, you do things in a very completely different way. It's like, in their minds, whoa, this needs to be taught. They love watching you in action. That's what I hear. They love watching you do things. They love watching you create things. And they feel like they humbly could be one of your lifelong students. What a character here, pile number one. I love your admirer. Really, really love your admirer. So your admirer, pile number one, admires that you are multi-skilled, someone who brings a lot of flavor to whatever they're working on, because they have so much background. So things like art, spirituality, time management, science, programming. You see what I'm trying to say? You have so much flavor to you. There is so much different things. Because you're a free spirit, you're a free mind, you like learning different things, and you've ended up with a plethora of different skills due to your interest in so many things and how you love putting your mind into learning them, that you now sprinkle these spices in your work and in your job, bringing out something completely different to the world. So yeah, I can really see, pile number one, why your secret admirer absolutely admires you. Oh, I see something here. Absolutely admires you to this extent. Now, here's what I just noticed straight away. Remember when I told you I saw 1707? I see 7 here. 2 plus 5 is 7. So there's the strong emphasis on the number 7 in your reading. And 7, among other meanings related to it, what I definitely channeled here is its spiritual meaning of completeness that comes out in different religions and different cultures around the world. Because it was said that the world was built in 7 days. That's when it comes to different religions, and for many different reasons, 7 has to do with perfection and completeness of something. And so what I see here for you, pile number 1, is that your admirer sees you as the full picture, someone who has it all for them. And this shows me that you spark light in their heart, feeling like you are the person that they totally dream of. So pile number 1, that was your dreaming, that was your reading. I see how this closed off. You are a really dream that they're dreaming of. And all the best of luck. I hope this person reach out to you and that you like them as well. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on the notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen the Raven. And pile number 2, I straight away can tell you that you have one big admirer there. This is no joke here. This is someone who is very into you, very intrigued by you, but at the same time is very intimidated by you. Because the Raven straight away hit me with this alleged story that used to say that ravens were the only, I don't know if you've heard the story before, but there was this alleged story that ravens were the only birds that dared to peck at an eagle's back in order to defend their territory. And of course this was fact checked and it wasn't true. But this reminds me of the idea that of this whole territory defense shows me in fact that your admirer really sees that you're a person who has a very strong character, very intimidating, and not a person to be messed with at all. They admire your strong character, your strong presence, and how you make people intimidated and afraid of you. They watch how people by time extend their olive branches to you and it really amuses them watching how you do it confidently, how you have this attitude and they just admire that. Your admirer does not have the same level of strength as you do. They're pretty strong, but they're just wowed by your personality, your allure, your strength, and your presence. And with these circles here, it reminds me of a radar. It's like you're almost unapproachable unless you, pile number 2, allow people in. So this admirer that you have here, even though they find you very attractive, but they're pretty intimidated by you, and at the moment they feel like you're so far off. What's the word? You're out of their league, and it seems at the moment to them almost impossible to get closer to you. But I intuitively, pile number 2, feel that you are actually going to like this person. So if you kind of know who we're talking about, or if this person tries to approach you and you kind of like them, I have the feeling here that you just might, if you want to open up just a little bit to check more about them, because I intuitively feel like they really like you and that you might like them back. Pile number 2, because 3 and 1 as well is the number of stability, and so you might find some stable energy. Your energies together, they really match, and you might find stability together if you can be with this person, pile number 2, but that's of course completely your choice. So this is a person, pile number 2, who sees you as a free soul, and your strong character gives you that freedom. You're able to negotiate whatever it is that you want with people. You're able to discuss things and get your way if you believe it's right. you're able to create great relationships by setting healthy, strong boundaries. And so you seem like a lovely person, but everyone knows not to mess with you. And this kind of gives you a lot of social freedom that you may not be aware of, but this person absolutely sees and kind of wishes that they were able to have this freedom to fly off to fly off socially as you do. Pile number 2. Sorry, I just noticed that the camera lens was moving around. I just fixed that so that you can watch better. All right, so now that we've had a little bit of an idea about what the secret admirer initially thinks about you, what I totally see as well is that this person feels like you're very unapproachable, but they feel like, pile number 2, is that if they were to get the chance to be with you, they would find life. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But I also noticed keepers of secret. So your secret admirer, pile number 2, is someone who's very good at not showing you that they like you. They're very good at hiding it, and they're very good at acting like they just see you as a normal person. But I think you can see through that, pile number 2. You can see through little things that they do. You catch maybe the way they look at you, or you catch the way they sometimes mess up or do little mistakes, like bump into things or drop something, or try to make a connection with you and say something. You kind of see through it, pile number 2. In fact, I think you know who we're talking about. If not, then this is a person that you're going to find out about very soon. You're going to see through them, and you're going to see how much effort they're putting in trying not to show you that everything is okay, and that they deal with you just the way they deal with everyone else, at least in the very beginning. Now let's go back to the other thing that I noticed here, and these are valleys with water. And what I see here with the valleys is that water and rivers really gets into the, I want to say, nooks and crannies of the lands that don't have life, bringing life to these areas where initially they didn't have any. And so this makes me think straight away that this person feels like you have this presence when you enter a room, when everything is dull and everything is pretty ordinary. When you walk into a room, there's just this huge energy that everyone can notice. Everything is fun all of a sudden. Everything is excited. Everything is pumped up and has a lot of fun to it. You exude attractiveness, is exactly what I'm feeling. You bring life to situations, and this person might be someone who works with you, but that's not necessary. But you bring life to whatever entrance, or your existence in general brings life to this person or to the place, and they truly admire that about you, pile number 2. This person really likes you, pile number 2. So Ace of Pentacles, the reason I'm kind of feeling like this person is with you at work, or maybe it's someone who you are going to meet pretty soon that works with you. It's something along these lines, somewhat at a bank, something like that. And so that could be for some of you. For some others of you, it just could be someone who is with you in some sort of organization, some sort of team, something along these lines. It's not necessary, but it's coming very strong for most of you this way. And this person admires how professional you are. That's what I really see here. Whether they work with you or not, they find you as a person who's very skilled, very professional, is able to handle tasks, is able to be a leader. Maybe you have a lot of credentials, you've studied a lot, and you're very proud of that, and everyone can see that. you maybe have a lot of experience in the field that you are in, and people respect that about you. And so this person really sees you as a person who not just is a dream to work with, but somebody who they personally would love to be in their place when it comes to work. So I see you here as being maybe a great leader or a great manager, or someone who is able to lead something big. Um, your professionalism, along with your strong character, your negotiation and communication skills, together they tie in beautifully to help you lead big things into success. And they can really see this energy about you. They almost wish they had it. It seems so effortless when it comes to you. Watching you, you can almost think, yeah, I can do that. But then you start applying it and you realize the myriads of things you have to be proficient at and strong in and have command in order to do it in the effortless way that comes about. Your decision making, how effortless it is. It's just because you have a lot of experience. You're quite smart and sharp and professional. You study things before you take decisions, and you've done that so much that now it's just so easy for you to take decisions. And this is why it seems so maybe flawless on the outside. You come off to this person as someone who values your work a lot. You might seem to this person as someone who's more focused on career, but really, I'm really tapping into your energy here, and I do see, while this is very true, you do have a beautiful, soft, romantic side to you that not everyone can get into or experience. Pile number 2, it has to be someone who's very special to really tap into this area and bring it back to life. Or not back to life, this is the wrong expression. I mean, really ignite it is what I want to say. And so while they may have part of it right, it's not completely right. You're someone who is very alluring when it comes to romance in general. You are a very fulfilling soul when it comes to romance, but you just don't open up to everyone. They have to be up to your standards, up to what you like, in order for you to let them in. And this is probably why your admirer here kind of feels the struggle of trying to get your attention, or show you their strength, or constantly show you how impressive they may be. Not that they're full of themselves really, but they're just trying to kind of desperately, there's this desperate vibe that they're not noticing, of trying to show you that you might like them. Pile number 2. So yeah, they love your professionalism, they love your character. It's just coming so strong with all the blacks that I see here. Okay, we're gonna take the 3 of you. So let's see what else your secret admirer here admires about you. 7 of Swords. Oh, okay, so pile number 3, pile number 2, yours. The ravens everywhere here. Your secret admirer finds you as someone who, one of the things that they find very attractive about you, yet frustrating at the same time, is your ability to almost glide out of situations. So it feels like to them the chase is so hard with you. They love it and they hate it at the same time. And they feel like sometimes almost frustrating, like, when they're not able to get to you, because you're so graceful, sweet, but at the same time strong, and you're able to smartly, is that a word? You're able to, in a witty way, find yourself out of a situation if you don't want it. And so they're here very frustrated because time is moving. They feel like they're so attracted to you. As time goes by, their passion and interest in you really becomes stronger, and they feel like they wish they can attract you, and you're like there gliding like butter. They're just not able to catch you, and they don't know how to do it. They want to be smart. They want to give you your freedom because above all you really appreciate it and you protect it very well, and they're kind of confused about sometimes showing you their true selves, how they are, and at sometimes trying to act alluring just like you, and it's not working for you. Pile number two. Pile number two, give this person a chance, won't you? So I can tell you that this person is loving the chase. The chase is making them more attracted to you, even though they initially were very attracted to you. But at the same time, I can really feel a little bit of frustration here. Sometimes a little bit of loss of hope, but it lasts for a few seconds, and up they go again because they know they want to get to you. Pile number two. So we see an admirer here who is really into you, that's for sure. And I see here with the Page of Pentacles some earth energy, and I really feel like you're gonna keep them a little bit in this place. Pile number two. Yep, we were talking about waiting here. So pile number two, what this person loves about you is that you come across as high maintenance in the right way. Let me explain that a little bit. So while society puts this false tag on high maintenance, people who are high maintenance are at the same time very alluring to other people, because there are a lot of qualities that people admire, and it's only the people who are not able to handle the right way of being high maintenance. They tend to put a tag in order to control you maybe, or put you in your place and make you mend to their wishes and their maybe manipulative tactics. That's not for everyone. There are people who are truly hard to deal with, but in general, high maintenance has really taken a very bad tag with society, even though it has a lot of amazing things about it. It's something that everyone secretly wants in a person, because a high maintenance person is a person who values themselves, who's not throwing themselves into everyone's arms. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that you choose to be with the person who you want and not just be with anyone. If this is something that you love, please don't get me wrong. I do not mean to pick and choose. All I'm saying is that you are someone who highly values your time and yourself into when it comes to being with the right person. This is what you believe in. And so what society sometimes misses to see is that someone who's high maintenance is someone who has a lot of self-worth, a lot of confidence, believes in healthy boundaries, it does not believe in being manipulated, someone who wants to give but at the same time equally take. And this is what high maintenance, being high maintenance in the healthy way is. And I see for you, pile number two, that the person who admires you really sees that about you, really see how you value yourself and your time, and you are just not going to be with anyone who presents their offer to you. You're a person who doesn't mind waiting at all. It's not about being in a relationship with you. It's about what type of relationship are you going to be in, because you have very high standards in everything in life, whether it has to do with how you work in your professional life, with your friends, with your boundaries, you name it. And that's not going to change in any way when it comes to your relationships, pile number two. And so this person that admires you here can really see that about you. They really understand that with your very high standards about who you believe you should be with, and that you're okay waiting, understands that you're looking for a quality person, and this even though scares them a little bit, pile number 2, it really pushes them to improve themselves and look higher in life as well, and become a better version of themselves. So you're really kind of pushing them without knowing here, for them to become a better person, to have bigger goals, to improve themselves, and their qualities and their honesty levels, and etc., etc. While they're in the process of chasing you, they're really learning more about life and about what it is to ascend and be a better person, what it is like to experience in general being a person who grows. And I think along with this process, and maybe that's why energetically for them it's going to be prolonged a little bit, because through this process they are going to be learning a lot from you, pile number 2, with your high standards. So the way you do things in life, you're like a spiritual teacher who teaches by example without even knowing, pile number 2. You might not even be aware of this at all. It's just that you naturally lead by example because you have high standards that you're constantly working towards, and this really inspires people, the people around you. I am not even surprised that you have the Empress here as your ending card for your reading, pile number 2. So what I see about why this person admires you, I see that this person really sees you as the Empress, a person who is everything. You know, the Empress is always the counterpart to the Emperor, and here I see that this person sees you as a very elevated person who deserves to be with someone who is their counterpart, and they're trying to really, I think in their minds, work out how they can be that for you to deserve you, because I honestly see here that this person really sees you as their dream, as everybody's dream, and they have to level up in order to be able to finally claim you as theirs and be able to say, yeah, she or he is mine. So pile number 2, what a reading. This went very deep from a secret admirer, didn't it? Okay, so pile number 2, that was your reading. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen this beautiful card here, the Crone. And what I see straight away about your secret admirer, pile number 3, is that they believe even though you're a very attractive person, you're not dependent on your looks to show who you are as a person, pile number 3. And that's one of the things they absolutely admire about you, because someone with your looks should be all out there showing off how they look and, you know, trying to lure people with their looks. I see you as someone who's more wise, and so your admirer admires that you are deeper than that. And while you appreciate your looks and everything, you're the sort of person who comes off as a very wise soul, someone who's very smart and deep, and they love your depth, pile number 3. You seem here like a person who is very open-minded. This character is depicted as someone listening to a small bird, showing that you are not a judgmental person. You don't judge the facade of things. If something sounds sound to you, you're gonna hear it, you're gonna take it, whether it comes from a monk or a bad person or whoever it is. And you seem to be the person who's very progressive, ahead of your time, ahead of your age, someone who's you can depend on their wisdom and their sound judgment. You can depend on their depth. I feel like your secret admirer, pile number 3, is someone who thinks a lot about finally having someone to have deep conversations with, someone who is smart they can talk to, um, someone who has a good soul. With the old soul that is arising here shows that you have grown up, pile number 3, not just in this lifetime, in many lifetimes. You are not really someone who is dying to be admired, who's dying to be seen. You're someone who believes in yourself, loves the way you are, continually grows. If people notice it, that's great. If they don't, oh well. And you really exude that type of confidence. This confidence of, I'm going to walk away and leave if this situation is not serving me. This confidence of, yeah, I love who I am. If you love me, great. If you don't, well, that's up to you, really. So that kind of confidence that you have of not really needing people to like you, of genuinely not caring if other people like you or not, pile number 3, gives you this alluring attractiveness, alluring confidence, this calmness that exudes out of you that you don't even notice, pile number 3. Your secret admirer can really feel this energy, and it takes someone very wise to sense that sort of a high vibrational energy, just like you. And they really love that about you, pile number 4. And that's why they feel like they have found this diamond. I don't want to say in the rubble, because that comes out really, really wrong to the message I'm trying to deliver. What I see here is a person who feels like they found a diamond before anyone was able to realize it was a diamond. That's the kind of energy here. It's like they are the only ones who have the special glasses that they can see who you really are. And they feel like, oh, I would love to catch pile number 3 quickly before anyone else notices who they really are and how amazing they are, so that I can have him or her to myself before anyone else can, pile number 3. And that's not just because they see how amazing you are. That really stems from the idea that to them, it seems like you're a little bit, what's the word, above their league? Out of their league. A little bit out of their league. But because you're so humble, you're not noticing it. And because other people haven't discovered you yet, they feel like in this intersection, only in this intersection, they are able to be with you, pile number 3. But to be quite frank with you, with their energy, I really do feel like they're underestimating themselves a little bit. They too, I think, would be a great counterpart for you. If you believe that they are, you might enjoy them as well, pile number 3. They're vibrating in the same wise, elevated vibration as you, pile number 3. And that was 4818. It looks to me like a confirmation here for you. Okay, so pile number 3, let's take a look now at your tarot cards and see what else this person really... Ooh, 4 and 2 is 6. And I really see a potential of deep love here from your secret admirer, pile number 3. They love and respect about you that you're not desperate. They love that. They feel like if you choose them, then they're very lucky, because you've chosen someone that you truly want, who you believe is up to your standards, and not because you would just pick anyone who would come along. So that's a very strong message here as well, pile number 3. Oh, you have the 8 of Swords here. So pile number 3, what I see this person really admires about you is that you come off as a person who is completely different from anyone they have ever maybe dated or been with. They feel like they are with you. They'll finally be free to express themselves, to have a healthy relationship, to do all the things that they have dreamt about doing in a relationship. And that is because to them, you're a very mature person. You're a very healthy and balanced person when it comes to your character, a very authentic and honest person. And they feel like they don't have to play these games. They don't have to play mind games or guess games or selfish games of any sorts. They finally feel like they're going to be free to express themselves and finally have a relationship that only happens with very rare people in the community around them, because this really needs a very elevated sort and type of person to be able to do that. They feel like they want to show you how much they are going to respect you, and at the same time they would love for you to actually finally show them some attention, so that there could be hope to live that beautiful romantic life and relationship life that they really dream of. Pile number 3. One of the reasons they see you as a gem is because they can see how society has messed up ideas about what relationships are all about, how people should be impressing each other, how things should work, how materialistic it is. And your admirer, not only are they not too materialistic, I mean, they do take care of themselves and everything, don't get me wrong, but they're a deep person, and they see that in you. In fact, here I see that they can only see it in you somehow. They've met a lot of deep people in their lives. They've met a lot of people who come off as authentic and lovely, but it seems like pile number 2, you have this whole combination for this person. It's like in general, you kind of have the same foundational understandings and beliefs of things. You have the same, you seem to be someone who's sound. Of course you are, you have the Crone here. You seem to be someone who is wise and sees life for what it is truly. You value the real meanings of life. Be careful, pile number 3. This person is very deep in everything, but you need to be careful because they will be wonderful contenders and everything, but I do sense here a warning. Let me tap into my intuition here and find out what's wrong. Let me pick out the card here on the side. I really sense it for this group. They are reliable and everything, but something is off. Something feels off. Pile number 2. Whoa! Tower and the Magician. Okay, I see now. So pile number 2, I'm just gonna quickly interrupt what your secret admirer admires about you here to tell you something quickly here that I felt. So your secret admirer, pile number 3, as much as they're very deep in everything and they're wonderful people, please don't get me wrong, but there is an energy here of them not maturing in one area or the other. So I think as much as they're gonna value you, I think they need to mature when it comes to how they handle you, because there's a little bit of selfishness here in one area or the other. Maybe when it comes to learning how to deal with you socially, maybe learning how to be equally fair. There's this blind spot here, so while they think they're completely fair, there might be an area here where there's a blind spot and they still need to grow in this area. So it's going to be up to you, pile number 3, if you're willing to work through that with them and grow, help them. I'm not telling you to like take someone and change them, but all relationships need growth. And if you're willing to work out, if you feel like this person is an open-minded person that listens, that is willing to work out things with you, then that will be a great way to grow together, right? Nobody's perfect. But if you feel like It doesn't look like they're matured here, and it doesn't look like they're gonna listen, which is the most important thing, and grow and have the honesty to grow with you. Then let it go. Pile number 3. Okay, now let's move on to this main reason we're doing this reading, and it's about what does your secret admirer here admire about you. Ooh, I see energy here. Pile number 3, this person is sexually attracted to you as well. They feel like you're a very alluring person to them, and that's one of the things that they're very focused on at the moment. So that could be one of the warning signs as well. But I really don't see it as much because we started off the reading feeling how much deep they believe you are. So take it as it resonates. Pile number 3, you know your situation better. We have talked about the warning here, but I can really see that this person is very, very sexually attracted to you. They find you very attractive. Pile number 3. Whoa. So you have the Emperor here. Pile number 3, this person has watched you change. They have watched you gone through some sort of transformational, that's why, transformational process. And they admire that about you. They've watched in awe how you've grown over time, how you have handled and tackled a challenge or a difficult situation, or how you've improved something about yourself or your life. Okay, hold on, pile number 3. Not only that, but I see with this person that they have seen you as well display your confidence and your strong character. Maybe in a certain situation that you were both in, they saw how you were able to either draw your boundaries, or maybe you were speaking publicly, maybe they watched a video of yours. They've seen something that you've done that displayed a lot of your eloquence and your strong character and your confidence, and they really love that about you. It's something that they do not forget. It's something that really attracts them about you. It's something that they watch and sometimes feel like, whoa, I wish I can do that. This person is really attractive with their confidence. So they've seen all these layers to you of how you've changed, how you're capable of having a growth mindset, how you're a broad-minded person, how you are able to express yourself with confidence. Is that combination that really brings out this Emperor card popping in your reading, pile number 3. They see you as someone who's worthy of being a leader. They see you as someone who is confident and knows their place very well and is very comfortable in that place, pile number 3. It's like you fill your place as being an emperor or an empress, that sort of energy, and they really admire and love that about you. Now let's get back to this part here, pile number 3. Don't take it as a bad thing, but at the same time use your intuition. This was a warning here, so it's either something small that is really insignificant that you can work through, or, which is what I'm feeling, is that there is an area here with this person, an area where they need to grow. It's an area where socially there is a misconception about a certain thing, about maybe checking other people out, having their options open maybe, or feeling like they can disrespect you in one certain area where they have a wrong understanding about it stemming from social understanding. And it's either something that you can talk wisely about and change their minds about, and so you can move over from this immature phase where you can help them grow in this area, or it's something that's going to be some sort of hindrance and you better move away from it. Pile number 3. Okay, so let's see what your secret admirer admires about you. Pile number 3. So we have 2 cards here. So you have the 6 of Swords. Ooh. And you have the 2 of Pentacles. So listen, pile number 3. You are displaying energetically towards this person that you're not quite sure if you want to be with them or not, or if you like them or not, whether you're aware of that or not. And it's this energy of I can move away anytime I don't think you're the right person. I might stick around if I feel like you're the right person. This you not being sure kind of energy here is really attracting this person towards you, because they feel like you're a person who this is like pile number 2. You're a person who's not going to jump into any relationship for the sake of it. You are a person who seems like they are waiting for the right person, just like pile number 2 here. So if you picked pile number 2, I wouldn't be surprised. And so your secret admirer here can really see how you're not sure about them. And while that is something that they shouldn't like, it's somehow attracting them towards you, pile number 2, because for the right reason, actually, pile number 2. It's not because you're pushing them away, which has a tiny effect, but in reality it shows how your self-worth towards yourself. It's showing this person that you're not a person who's desperate about being in a relationship, that you value yourself and you would only give yourself away into a relationship if you feel like this person suits your standards. And so this person here, you'll realize that they don't want to embarrass themselves and they take things slowly with you. As much as they would love to be with you, they as well are taking their time, because they kind of wish you would accept them for who they are, not because they're trying to run after you, which they can really see is not going to work anyways. But at the same time, it's really showing them how much you value yourself and how much you feel your self-worth is, that you deserve the best. And what they really admire about you is that as humble as you are, pile number 3, you at the same time understand that you can release and let go of anyone or any situation that is not serving you properly, where you feel like your self-worth is not being honored. And they really love that about you, how you value yourself. They feel like it's pretty unique, that it's not very common in your surrounding or their surrounding in specific, and they feel like they would be lucky if they were chosen by you, pile number 3. So you have the 2 of Wands here, and another thing that this person loves about you is that you seem to be up to very unique things in life. You seem to be the one who has this all around the world mentality, and by that I mean well-traveled kind of energy. So to them, you seem like someone who always has different ideas than the ones found in your community. You have different types of hobbies, different types of ideas, or different type of work. You're very different. And this person feels sometimes, whoa, how does this person find these interesting things to do? How do they seem so unique? I mean, from their point of view, they have try to do what seems unique about you. So if we're talking about you being well traveled, to them, that's an example here for you to understand what I'm trying to say. So if what they're trying to figure out about your uniqueness is that perhaps you're well traveled, to them, well, I've traveled a lot. How come I'm not that sophisticated? What is it about pile number 3 that makes them so sophisticated that I'm not getting? And so they really admire your uniqueness, your sophistication, your culture, your boldness. They really find you as someone who stands out, that they would love to be. I feel here that they want to pretend to be as sophisticated as you are so that you would like them, but they don't feel, unfortunately, as educated or sophisticated as you seem here, and it's something that they absolutely admire about you, and they will feel privileged to be with someone like you, pile number 3. So pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 4. So you've chosen the Sword. And that's a very, very powerful card, pile number 4. The Sword is a representation of masculine forces. Whether this is a person who is a male or a female, or identifies as male or female, is not what's important, but there's a lot of chasing and masculine energy involved with this person. So the Sword, it depicts the direction of energy, having the ability to cut through it. And so this is a person who comes off as a very strong character. This person romanticizes you a lot. This person fantasizes a lot about you. They believe that you really stand out, both physically and energetically. They're all about you here, pile number 3. There's a little bit of an obsession here, a small obsession about you. They find you hard to miss. They check you out a lot. They stare at you a lot. They even, in fact, they think that you're very hard to miss, and that other people are constantly checking you out and seeing how attractive you are, whether energetically or physically or both, because I'm seeing with this person, they're seeing you as both, and they love your energy, and they feel like they would be really proud to call you theirs, is what I'm hearing. They don't stop thinking about you. I see here a crush. They have a crush on you, but it's leaning more on the sexual side, at least at the moment. And they really admire your strength, pile number 4. So to them, it's like maybe they can't be with you, or that you ignore them, but they're still putting up with you here. Be careful, pile number 4. This person seems like a mature person, knows how to project themselves as a mature person who's reliable, but has this energy of being immature, a little bit materialistic. Lacks a little bit on the spiritual side, a little bit too much maybe. So yeah, be careful with that part. But there's a strong magnetic energy here towards you. They definitely, first and foremost, what's hitting me in your reading is that they find you very attractive, pile number 4. All right. So now, let's find out more about what your secret admirer admires about you. So here with the Sword cutting through, I think you sometimes cut through their chase. You make it harder for them to chase you a little bit. I don't know why I need to do that. So weird, but I'm going along with it. Okay, I see here. I see what's going on. Okay, so this person, they really find you. What did I want to say? Sorry, I lost my trail of thoughts when this happened. I channeled something here. Let me go back. They find that you cut through the chase. So they try to attract you or lure you in, and you seem like a very firm, confident person, unbothered. You ignore them a lot is the kind of energy that I feel, and I feel like that really attracts them more to you. They love the chasing you in specific, pile number 4. So yeah, with the piles closed here, it really shows me that there's so much that they want to unveil about you. Again, this could sound sexual, but at the same time, they want to know more about you. You're coming off as very mysterious to them. Pile number 4. Yeah, there's a lot of passion. They find you again. You see, there's this hot energy. They find you very attractive, very alluring. They love your laugh. It just is something that they truly admire about you. They love your unbothered attitude. They see a lot of confidence in you, a lot of you exude a lot of attractive, unbothered energy that they just love about you. Pile number 4. So cool here. Again, the 6 of swords. Unbelievable. So you are very harsh sometimes with the way you push them away, and that really never stops them from chasing you back. It's like with the 6 of swords, you display a lot of behaviors that really show how uninterested you are to them. It seems like they think too much of themselves. They think that they are some sort of a hotshot themselves that everyone wants. You seem unbothered. You seem like you do little things that really shows them to the core just how much you're not interested. And these are things like showing up late. It just shows lack of excitement seeing them. Plan number 4. Or maybe even them realizing you weren't listening to them as they were speaking. You overlooking them and looking at something else when you're talking to them. So there's these a lot of things that you do that you don't even remember probably, but it really shows them how uninterested you are. And that is supposed to be a turnoff, but it's appearing in your reading as something very alluring. This person just loves this chase, loves how uninterested you are of them. And it seems like, unfortunately, people like them for all the wrong reasons. Maybe they like their wealth, or they like their car, any facade type of situation here, reason here. And they're used to people wanting to be with them, being attracted to them. They're used to them being the ones picking and choosing and ignoring and leaving. And they don't see that type of energy with you. They genuinely see that you're not playing games. You're really not interested. And it's quite frankly puzzling them, because they really like you, so they're not able to move on here at all. They have one goal, and that's to be with you, but at the same time, they feel like you're not interested. And for some weird reason, they feel like this is really making you even more attractive to them. They're loving this chase. They value you more the more you're ignoring them, quite frankly. Pile number 4 here. They feel like you are able to have whatever person that you want, coming across as this very attractive person who is a person who everyone checks out and looks at, and you are ready to leave at any moment because you know you have a lot of choices and they're not even one of them. Pile number 4. And that's really driving them a little frustrated here, but they just love this chase, and they're gonna be really going after you especially this coming period of time, you might notice them trying to approach you, trying to talk to you, trying to show their interest in you. Pile number 4, they're not doing a great job being a secret admirer at this point, or at some point in the very near future, but they did secretly like you in the past, secretly, or maybe that's still the case now, and they'll be opening up more towards the future. As the more you seem uninterested, the more they'll just have to crack up their shell and be more open and try to chase you unapologetically. Pile number 4, yeah. So pile number 4, I don't know who you are, but it seems like I ended up finally in the pile where I go, who are you? Pile number 4. Because yeah, it seems like one of the things that they truly love about you is how popular you are, how everyone seems to be going after you, whether you realize it or not. There's a lot of talk behind your back about how attractive you are, about who wants to be with you, who you're going to be interested in. There's a lot of talk behind your back that you're not aware of at all. Maybe later you'll find out about who you are and how attractive you are and how you're a potential desire for everyone, really. And they really admire how behind your back you're quite popular to at least the community that this person is speaking to, and they feel like the more other people are wanting you, the more they have to start taking quick actions, because it seems like so many people are going me, pick me kind of situation. And you kind of feel yourself, you kind of know that I'm not gonna lie to you, you kind of feel like you're all that, or you kind of feel like you are attractive, you kind of know your self-worth very well, you know who you are, you're proud of it unapologetically. And this sort of confidence here is really attracting a lot of people around you at this point. And even in a reading of what does your admirer admire about you, it seems like you have a lot. We're just reading about this specific person here who's near your energetic area. Pile number 4. So yeah, they feel like you're a hotshot, you're like someone who's pretty popular in their community, in their group, the people who they talk to, and they feel like they want to be the one that catches you first, that is able to claim you as theirs first before anyone else does, because that will give them a lot of pride, showing everyone that you ended up with them. Pile number 4. I feel like your standards are much higher than this person's standards. Pile number 4. It's like what I'm seeing is this: your standards, his standards kind of situation here. Pile number 4. So yeah, as much as the chase could be fun in the beginning, I don't really see you being interested for now. I don't know what this card is going to show, but it really shows me at the moment you're not interested. You might be at some point, and if you do, I'm just telling you to be careful. I'm not telling you not to be with this person, of course, but I'm telling you to be careful, because they genuinely do like you, but there's immaturity that I felt from the very beginning energetically. Whoa. You have the 9 of Cups here. Okay, so pile number 4. As things progress with this person, they are going to start having some real feelings for you. That's going to happen. But what I want to tell you is that this is temporarily, pile number 4. It's not going to be something that lasts. It's this fool's love where, because of the chase, you start getting emotions. And once you get that thing that you want, or you've been chasing after, you feel like you don't want it anymore at some point, or try to get that hit again with someone else. It's that love for beginnings, love for the chase kind of energy here. So be careful with that. They will develop emotions for you. Pile number 4, it's going to be very beautiful in the beginning, but it's going to be very toxic later on. And I feel here at some point Soon they're gonna feel like you are the person of their dreams. They feel like they'll have so many dreams of what they want to do with you. You'll feel some genuine emotions in their eyes, some genuine, even physically, you might find them shaking a little bit. You'll find some very cute things about them emotionally that will be very true in the beginning, but it does not stem from a deep rooted place of wanting to be with a person forever, of wanting to be faithful to that person. It doesn't stem from a mature place. So be very careful with that, pile number 4. So wow, this person is really into this secret admirer. This secret admirer of yours seems to be like the hot shot or big shot in your community or at work or whatever this area is. They come off as someone who has a strong character, but even then they feel like you're stronger than them. They feel like there's a cutting throat kind of energy to you, where you cut them off quickly, you interrupt them, you don't listen to them. It's like you shake their strength. They hit you and it glides, it doesn't stick to you, and they feel powerless right next to you. They can see your genuine confidence, and they can see your genuine strength, and it makes them still feel strong, but less strong when they are around you, pile number 3. And as much as they don't like that part, as they really admire that about you, pile number 3. Let me take that out. So pile number 4, you have the Queen of Cups here, and even though they are immature, they are able to very well recognize that you are a very balanced person. They see that you have a lot of mental stability, emotional stability, and they like the way you handle things and the way you handle relationships. They can see through that, just how balanced you are, because they compare to what they would have done as opposed to what you do. So they see a lot of maturity in you. They can see that you're a really elevated person. In fact, everyone can see that, pile number 4, and they really admire that. I mean, they try to undermine that. That doesn't work with you. You cut them off. You're much stronger than they are. It doesn't work. But in their heart, they really admire your level of maturity and level of emotional balance that you've reached, how you're able to get things done your way, but in a mature way, without having to maneuver and play games the way they have to do. They see you reaching the same outcomes, but by being honest and doing it effortlessly and regally, in a classy way. And they really feel much less than you. It's a harsh word, but they feel like, well, inspired by you, actually, to be quite frank with you. It's not like they do feel a little bit bad about themselves when they see you do that, but they, most importantly, gain a lot of inspiration from you from that area. They would apply it just sometimes, but they're not able to step into your mature energy, and they go back to their maneuvers and their games all over again. But they're certainly watching you and learning from you in that department, with your emotional stability, how you approach things with strength and class and grace, pile number 4. Going back to how they think about you a lot and how they romanticize you, with the Queen of Cups here, I really do see this person, they watch you a lot as you speak and as you move, and they think a lot about how you would, what kind of romantic things you would say to them finally, how you would be a great match when it comes to expressing your emotions, how sensual you're going to be. And they love this emotional part, inaccessible emotional part in you. So they really do see that there is a beautiful emotional soft side to you, that they're not able to access it at all, them more than others even. And they feel like they can't get to it. They think that if they get to it, they'll be able to lure you in just like they do with other people. But, and generally, I see that they feel like you're unbothered and you're not giving them this access to your heart in any way, where they feel like with their inflated ego that they can really lure you in and tell you a couple of things, and you'll definitely fall over head over heels for them, which is not going to happen, as I can see from your energy here. But they really think about you a lot as you speak and as you walk. They watch you more than you think. They creep. It's a mean word to say creep, but they're all over your social media. They ask about you without you knowing. They see if you're gonna arrive and come or not. Yeah, there's a lot of curiosity about you, and it's all because of that attention that they're giving to you. It's part of their daydream of when you're going to finally open up, and how you're going to be like when you finally open up, and how it's going to feel to experience the romantic side of you, and how you would finally look at them. So yeah, they admire this hidden romantic part in you that you're not letting out at the moment. Pile number 4. So yeah, pile number 4, it seems like you're really driving this person crazy. What can I tell you? Okay, so pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!